I'm Joyner, Director of Unbelievable Acres Botanic Garden in West Palm Beach, Florida, which is a tropical rainforest that's 40 years old this year, started from an empty cow pasture. So every single plant in the garden, and there's over 1,200 kinds of plants, has been put in. Nothing was over 6 feet tall when it was first established. And we have trees in the garden with trunks 7 feet thick and other trees that are over 100 feet tall in less than 40 years. We have 3 state champion trees too, which means they're the biggest in the state of Florida, certified by the State Forestry Service. Now this tree I'm standing beside is one of our feature trees at the entrance called a sausage tree, which is from tropical Africa. The fruit hang on the tree 12 to 15 months, and they can weigh as much as 20 pounds and get up to about 2.5 feet long and 5 inches thick. Unfortunately, you can't eat them. They're just hard as a rock, filled with seeds. So they're for propagation purposes if you're a nurseryman. The flowers, which are large wine red, about the size of your hand, are open at night, and in nature it's pollinated by bats. I've hand-pollinated some of the lower ones here to make bigger fruit, but it always gets a lot of attention because you don't see this type of tree in many areas. Here's the garden. One thing you'll notice quickly when you enter is that it's very cool compared to outside in direct sunlight. Often 10 to 15 degrees cooler because of the shade provided by all the forest trees. And the canopy is dense enough that the trees literally touch each other, so you really have to pick and choose if you're going to find some spots in the garden where there's direct sunlight. As you go through the garden, many flowering trees catch your attention, particularly the Royal Poincianas, which are from Madagascar near the entrance. They come in several colors: bright orange, crimson red, and there's in-between shades of orange as well. And also on the trees you'll see orchids, bromeliads, climbing vines of all types, much like you see in a tropical rainforest. And in fact, many people think we've run out of room, but the garden is being added to on a weekly basis. So we're constantly adding new additions as we get nurserymen that provide us with new plants, or we start our own from cuttings from seeds that we acquire. The garden is a favorite place for the summertime, particularly because of all the fruits that are in season. Many of the tropical fruits bloom in the wintertime or early spring, and they ripen from June through October.